Hello viewers, today I will show how to make a project using microservice. Now I am designing a microservice model. Here you can see this is our environment, and here this two is our devices. This is our mobile device and this is our desktop device. Here this is our service mesh, and this is our discovery Eureka service. And now I am making more services here. Now our design is in service mesh pretty much often complete. Here we can take some name here, give some name here, like this is our Eureka service registry microservice. So we describe here. Finally, this is our microservice look like. This is all our microservices in the service mesh. We build this mesh. Service mesh means an environment where all microservices are work together. Here, this microservice, these all microservices are work together, and service. All is a microservice, and this is a service mesh. And now we can give a name in every microservice. Here the point is this Eureka server. It means this is a server and all other microservices are client for this. Another way, this is config server and all others are config clients. And then server dashboard. It means here we can visualize our this server structure. Now the question is why we made this service mesh like Eureka server, microservice dashboard, server dashboard, config server, API gateway. Why we made this? Because Eureka server, API gateway, config server, microservice dashboard, and server dashboard. This all works for to solve some problems. Like here is some microservices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 microservices are there. And now how they communicate with each other and how they work together. Here is some networking issues and how the client, here client Android or iOS and web developers client, how they achieve this information, servers information, how they got. For this reason we made this service mesh. Upcoming videos we will describe about all about things. Today we just design and made service mesh implementation today, and tomorrow we describe all about every and each point. So now here I have made 4 Spring Boot projects for Eureka server and API gateway and microservice dashboard and server dashboard. And config server I have not created this now. I have created this 4 Eureka server, API gateway, microservice dashboard and server dashboard. Here in my Eclipse IDE, here you can see API gateway, Eureka server, microservice dashboard, server dashboard. API gateway, Eureka server, microservice dashboard, server dashboard. So here all about our Spring Boot applications. First of all, I want to show you Eureka server. Here this is, this is a Spring Boot application. Here our POM file. Our dependencies are, here I am using Spring Boot 1.5.13 release as a parent. And now our main focus is here is dependency. Spring Cloud Starter Eureka server. This. Then actuator we need, and dev tools if you want, and test if you want to test. Then these all are not actually need. This is not need, but you can edit it. These all are not need, just you need this Eureka server and actuator, dev tools, and test. These 4 dependencies we have to need. And then here dependency management. Here we need only this dependency here, and no need this. Just you edit this. Okay, and this. Okay, you can separate using a dependency and only this with including this, not this dependency. Okay, right now go to here. We have seen our Eureka server Spring Boot applications from file. Now here in our application.yml file, there is nothing. Application.properties, here is some configurations. Port number 8761. This is for only Eureka server. Always use this port 8761. Keep it, and then use this configuration spring.application name Eureka server. Then management.security enable false, and then this is not required. You can skip this. No need this. Just 3 configuration, 3 lines of code. Go to our main class. Here you can see our Spring Boot application. We need only this annotation, enable Eureka server. This 2, this code and this 2. No need this 2. You can skip these 2 tags. We have no need for now. We just need this code. These 2 and this we know. Wait. We have to close it. If I run this app as a Spring Boot application, it will be running in this port 8761. We go to our browser. Started localhost 8080, not 8080, 8761. Enter. Here, this is our Eureka server UI. Eureka server. This project is now running here. You can see this is some logs, timestamp. Here 8761 is our this application is running. Now this is running. Eureka server. Now I want to run server dashboard. This we have run this. Now we will run this microservice server dashboard. So let's check it out. Eureka server. What we want to run? Server dashboard. Here is our server dashboard. The POM file here is this we need. This is also we need. You can see DevTools test Eureka server actuator. This one in our application file we need to separate this port. What you want, it depends on you. I have take it 9090. This is a I have take it server admin Spring application name, and here management security enable false. If I run this application here Spring Boot application, this times this application is Eureka enable Eureka server, and here this is enable discovery client. This is a client for Eureka server, and this is a Eureka server. Remember it. This is enable Eureka server, and this is enable discovery client. This is for client, and that's for server. Now if I run it, if I run this app, this application server dashboard, this application will be registering here. If I refresh it, I will see one application has been registered. Server admin is now registered. If I go to server info, this is not yet. Enter. This is our another UI part of service mesh. We are implementing this using server dashboard. When we make another microservice here or here or here, every time this microservice will register in this Eureka server, and then we can monitor this app by server dashboard. Here you can see our apps is down, and here it's up. Nothing will be goes up here. It's just show. It will be easy. It will be fine later. No matter of this, it's working fine. Here you can see metrics, our apps, or this app. Now I will make another microservice like this, microservice dashboard, this. So go to microservice dashboard. Here check it out, our pom.xml file. This is our parent actuator. In every microservice we need to specify this dependency: actuator, DevTools, client, and test, and this. If I run it here, enable discovery client. Now these all are discovery client, and this is only Eureka server. This for registering microservices to Eureka server, we need to specify that this is all our discovery client and this is only Eureka server. And then this all microservices are registering here, will be registered in this Eureka server. This video makes so far. So if I run this app, this another services comes up. Now as we know that if we run this app, this will be register here, this will register here. Now if I refresh it, now another microservice, another services, another service is added here. If I refresh here, this is also added. Here we can see our apps status, we can monetize, we can audit, we can trace, we can see everything, logging what you want. Now our last microservices is API gateway. Wait a minute, why we use this microservice? Here Eureka server is for microservice registering. This is for visualize our microservices. And why this is? This is for if we go to this URL, you can see another dashboard is here. This is our mapping files, which microservices working with which microservices. This we can see easily. From this microservice, microservice dashboard, this, and our another microservices are API gateway. So go to our IDE. Why this microservice? This microservice is for, just focus it here. These three microservices are running different port. Here is 8761, here is 8082, here is 9090. So now as a front-end developer, he or she need to know that here is only one port, and then he works like if you see this here, Spring Boot application, enable discovery client. No need to this, enable Joule proxy, you can edit this also. pom.xml, Eureka, actuator, Eureka, Joule DevTools, test this. So now in here app.application.properties, here is nothing. In application.yml, here we configure it like our this backend server whole microservices port should be unique and only one. For this reason we made API gateway. This is for like API gateway is one microservice. This is port 8302. It has no UI or anything else. It just routing to another microservices for front-end developers. We know that this microservices port will be different, like this is will be 8081, 8082, 8083, 8084, anything, and this is also other port will be there. But here I am specify that if microservices are coming up this URL, this port, then it should be mapped by this. This for this for this, and this port for this. So now if I run this app, it will map with this, and wait, I will explain you clearly. Now imagine that this is our one microservice is for book microservice, BWK book. Now if this is a book microservice, what we should do now, we go to our search bar and one Eclipse, open here, and here my location is microservices. Okay, here I have made one or more microservice for this purposes inside. These are actual projects. Here if we open book app pom.xml file, first of all our same version project, GPA, Spring Data REST, Eureka, client DevTools, H2 database, test, security test, This is not need now. If you want to use it now, if I will show you model classes, here you can see book entity. Here is id is auto generated, title, book author, getter and setter constructor, nothing else. Books repo, and here author. As it is spring data rest project in Spring Boot, we have no need to control our classes. Spring data rest automatically generated controllers for us. So this repo here is repository rest resource. If we run this app, here we added this author 1, author 2, 3, 4, and books 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we added this author in this book here. If we run this app, this is also a discovery client application. You can edit this. If you don't want to add, no matter, because in this pom.xml file, as I have these dependencies starter Eureka, it means this is a Eureka client. This automatically work as a discovery client, so we no need to specify here. But if you want, you can specify this like our other projects before. So if I run it, in our application.xml, our app name is book service and the port is 7071. This is started. Here is our 3 microservices. If I refresh it, here is another book service. If I refresh here, wait sometimes, few times, refresh it, it will be showing here, and if I refresh here, it will also show here. So now here we can see book service, it shows. Details, caches, container, threads, everything. Refresh it, hope it will be show. Yes. Book server, book service. This is when is to my database with discovery Eureka server. If you refresh here, it all time change, but mapping should be same. Now here is all is okay. If I go to this microservice, book services, this is our APIs. You can see books and authors. This is automatically generated by Spring Data REST. So Now if we go to our authors first, remove this, only authors, you can see our authors are here. 4 items, 4 others. And if we go to this URL, remove this, or not author, books, remove this. Here you can see our books, and here this is mapped by our authors, which books are written by which author. Book author, if I go to this, here Shagot stick. If I go to this ICD, it's also Shagot stick. If we go to this, it's Rubel tick. You can see if I go to Shagot stick, how many books written by Shagot stick. Shagot stick is here. Here is 2 items, 1 English, 1 ICT, and this is Sakib has not written any book, so this is empty. Here is URLs automatically generated by Spring Data REST. So now we can see this all is port 7071 all. But now if this is 7071 in our architecture, this port is another, this port is another, this port book, this port is also another. This is one problem, because how front-end developer call, make, get or post or delete or patch request. This is all microservices are depends on another port. This is one confusion thing. To solve this problem, API gateway comes into the picture. API gateway is for solve this problem. Here this all microservices, here another port is here. But if I run this app API gateway, here we specify that we have specified that this URL is for book URL. So if I run this app, first of all this should be registering in Eureka server. Refresh it. API Azul Gateway. This is our that project, because I have name it Spring application name API Azul Gateway, and this port is 8302. And now why we use this API gateway? Because what we know that books port is 7071, right? But if now we go to our API gateway 8302, it will nothing to do. Now Now it's nothing doing, it's generated white label error base. But what we configured, what we have configured, we have configured that this URL, when this URL is come, it's mapped by this book URL. So it means instead of this URL we call this URL book. So if I copy this and paste it over here and enter this, these are these projects. If I localhost 7071, now it's, you can see this URL show this page, this information, but our API gateway shows this because we mapped that into our API gateway. And here also rate and user, other another microservice, another bot, and we mapped it. And if I go to our this URL, here books, here goes books. So finally we can see that here finally we can see that this port is removed by this URL. How we configured? We have configured by API gateway microservice, and here we mapped it Zulu routers. And for this reason API gateway comes into the picture. For all other microservice port we can easily change by the URL name. Instead of the port name we can change it by other URL or API. So this is for API gateway. Now you should clear about this microservice here, Eureka server, microservice. But if you don't understand this pattern, you can ask me in this comment section. I will give you more information about it. And here we know that this service mesh is very important for us. Now config server, this I don't want to describe this microservice now because I will explain it later on. Now here we will focus in our microservice. Here if you want to show our book services, here is our book services details. Here is our all information about metrics, environment, logging, threads, audit, trace, and heap dump. You can see all about it. So as a front-end developer they will call your server-side API using API gateway. For this reason we made this API gateway in the front, our all service meshes front, so that front end developer like web developer or Android or iOS developer can call any microservices API via or through API gateway. Okay, so now I have more microservices are there I have made, like our Spring Data REST. This microservice, this is my very big project. Here you can see in this package, this is one project, this is it's another project I have made in one package, but this is not a matter. And this is also a one microservice. This is IT job, one project is here. If I run this app, what will be going on? We know, right? Here is some configuration. What will generate it? It will first register in our this is my big project for this region. It's take some time. Okay, it's started. Now if I go to my Eureka server, here is a 1 2 3 4 5. If I refresh it, 1 2 3 4 5 6, this microservice is added. If I go here info, nothing. If I go to this, it shows one login page. It's automatically redirected to me a generate a one login page. If I log in here, you can see this is my designing page. It's nothing fancy, just showing one information about users. This is logout. If I log out, you have a main logout, and this is using Spring security. This I have made by using Spring security. If I go to our Spring Boot app, here I can see, you can see also our this project Spring Data REST is added here. If I go to that audit, you can see I have logged in. This information also show here, added here. If someone logged in here or wrong information goes down here and login, you refresh. Here you can see failure, but this is success. If I go to using this, this is another username. That was Omar Ragib. This is Sakib Ragib. And another name, another phone number, another email address. You can log out, and here if I refresh Here is 4. If I refresh it, here you can see another users audit come into this picture, which time, which role, which email address he has logged in. Everything you can monitor. And here if I refresh it, this is all about my Spring Data REST services APIs, a lots. And now here I have not created any mapping or configuration for Spring Data REST. I can do it like this. Copy this URL, name it here Spring Data REST. String here and path. Save it. Now we can easily access this microservice Spring Data REST from this API gateway using this data REST. Oops, if I go to data REST, what I have done, you can see if I log in, global list, data REST. How? Here in this I will explain it later, but now this is more point. it's redirect to me Spring security redirect. This is my microservices pattern. These microservices works together, but how they can talk to each other? They talk by using this calls REST template. Spring Boot's one feature is REST template. Through REST template or web client, you can easily transfer your data from one to another. Actually, not transfer, you can call or post them data using web client. Here you can see my all microservices are hexagon architecture. Hexagon means 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 angle based architecture. Now you can draw it another architecture like triangle, but I am using it because one video published by Spring IO conference, there they explain about clean architecture microservice with Spring Boot. In this video they show hexagon pattern. So for this video I design it based on hexagon. Here you can see API gateway. This is for web and mobile users. Now here you can edit multiple microservices like 5 or 50 or 500 or 5,000 or 5 million, or you can edit 5 billion, 50 billion also. It's so amazing because in Amazon, if we can see, in Amazon has a lots of microservices like 50 lakh microservices they build it. By the way, I cannot find it now at all, but here these all microservices are Spring Boot project I have made here, like service mesh or these projects. Okay, later on I will describe about microservice in detail and many more patterns. Based on many more patterns, how you can configure, how you can build a front-end site, or how you can integrate with Spring integration, Spring batch, Spring security, and many more things. Messaging brokers like RabbitMQ, RabbitMQ, or Apache Kafka, Spring Kafka. So if you like this topic, share this video, and if you do not like it, you can dislike this video also, and you can comment so that I can know about your feedback. Thank you.
Press